everyone, I have a very fun, kind of a creative workout for you today using the box. The only place the box is going to be will be on the floor, the long box, right up against your foot bars, right up against your reformers. Again, that's the only place that you're going to have it. And we're gonna go ahead and start with our foot bars all the way up. A heavy and a light spring on our reformer. So we're going to start with a very basic ab arm warm up, and then we will get to the box after our warm up. So one heavy, one light spring, which on my balanced body reformer is one red, one yellow. We are going to lie down. Again, you can just keep your foot bars right where they're at. When we lie down, again, we're just going to start with a very basic arm ab warm up. I'm going to start with my feet just right onto the foot bar. I'm going to reach behind me and grab my short loops into my hands, and then head rest can be up or down. That's up to you. So short loops are into our hands. Arms are going to go straight up to the ceiling. Hands are right over our shoulders. We're in our neutral spines. And then from here, we're going to bring our knees up into a tabletop position. Legs are going to be zipped together. Starting with ab curls. On an exhale, we're going to press our arms down, not our chin towards our chest. We're curling up from our bra lines. And then we're inhaling to return back down with control. So again, on my exhale, I'm going to nod and curl right up from my bra line. And then inhaling as I return back down. Feeling that curl coming right from our rectus abdominis, so the superficial core muscles, drawing the abs in and up our spines. My legs are staying zipped together. Again, it's an exhale to nod, curl, and an inhale to return back down. Let's go ahead and do two more. Exhale, press, curl, inhale to return, and then last one, nod, curl from the bra lines, and then return back down. Now, once we come down, we're gonna pause. We're gonna keep our knees into a tabletop position. Arms are just gonna stay straight up to the ceiling. We're gonna add in single leg extension. Since we have our foot bars up, they can either go over or under the foot bar. So we're gonna exhale, press, curl. We're gonna extend the right leg either over or under the foot bar. We're gonna inhale, return back in. Then we're gonna go left leg either over or under the foot bar. And we're gonna inhale, return. So I'm exhaling to press, curl, extend the right leg out. Inhale to return. Think again, the curl comes right from the bra lines. We are drawing our abs in towards our backs. And then we should feel our obliques start to fire with those single leg extensions. Press, curl, extend, return. Press, curl, extend, return. We're gonna do one more right, one more left. Exhale out, inhale back, and then last one on the left. When we come back, we can just relax our head, our feet. Feel free to give ourselves a little stretch. We can always sway our knees, we can hug them, we can stretch them. And then we're gonna go ahead and stay up into our curls this next time. So the arms are gonna go back up to the ceiling. We'll bring our knees up into our tabletop position. Legs are zipped together, neutral spines. I'm gonna exhale, press, curl up into my abdominal curl. I'm gonna hold. On an inhale, I'm gonna reach my right leg over or under the foot bar. Exhale to pull back in, left leg over or under, and exhale back. So it's an inhale to extend and an exhale to pull back in. I'm engaging my obliques as I pull each leg back in. Inhale out, exhale back. So right leg, right obliques, left leg, left obliques. Reminder, if the necks are an issue, heads go down. Let's do one more right, one more left. When we come in, arms up, heads down, relax our feet, and we can give ourselves a little stretch. Now, this next time we come up, we're gonna curl up, down, up, down, up, down. We're going both legs extending out. Again, since our foot bars are up, they're either going over or under the foot bars. Arms are gonna go straight up to the ceiling, hands are right over our shoulders. Knees up into a tabletop position, legs are zipped together. As I press, curl up, I'm gonna reach both legs over or under, and then inhale, return back in. Exhale, press, curl, extend. Inhale, return, drawing those abs in and up. Exhale out. Inhale, return. I'm maintaining my neutral spine the entire time, so I'm being mindful. I'm never collapsing into my low back. Let's go for two more. And then last one, press, curl, extend, return, and then we can relax. Now again, the next time we come up, we're gonna hold ourselves at the top and we're just gonna reach both legs out and in. So arms up, knees up, one curl, press, curl up. We're gonna inhale, either go over or under, exhale, both legs come back in, inhale out, exhale back. Now when I pull my knees back in, they're not going past my hips, so they're just pausing right over my hips. And then I'm drawing my abs in. Inhale out, exhale back. 3, 2, and 1. And then we can return ourselves back down. Feel free to give it a little stretch. And then we will hang our straps up onto the pegs. Now, when we hang our straps up, if you have your headrest up, they're going to go all the way down. We're going to move into some bridges just to give our legs, our glutes a little warm up. And then we're going to jump onto the box after that. So heels or arches of your feet are onto the foot bar. Whatever you feel more comfortable with bridging. Again, headrests are down. We are on a lighter spring than normal. So if it's too light for you and your hamstrings cramp, your feet can go underneath the foot bar to the platform rather than having them on the foot bar. Again, if your hamstrings cramp up too much, take them underneath the foot bar. If you feel fine, keep them on. The carriage is going to try to stay home. We're going to inhale in our neutral spines. On an exhale, I'm going to flatten my low back down into the mat, and I'm gonna roll my spine up one vertebrae at a time. We're sending the tailbone to the backs of the knees, taking an inhale at the top, and then we're exhaling to roll our spines back down. We're inhaling in our neutral. We exhale to flatten and peel. Glutes, hamstrings, send the tailbone to the backs of the knees. Now pause here. Are your knees staying parallel with each other? Are your feet staying parallel? Do you move into an external rotation? Do you move into an internal rotation? Try to keep your knees and feet parallel. And then we're rolling our spines all the way back down. So again, just be mindful as we roll up. Knees, feet are staying right in line with each other. We take that inhale at the top. And then we exhale to roll our spines back down. Now this next time we come up, we have to stay. So exhale, flatten and peel. Hold ourselves up here. We're gonna push out. As we push away, since the knees lower, the pelvis needs to lower down. It just should hover like a fist or so off the carriage. And then as we pull back in, we should be right back up into that bridge. So as we press out, we still have a long line from our knee to our shoulders. And then as we come back in, we keep that line. Inhale to push. Exhale, pull. Take a look at your feet again. Are they staying parallel with each other? I hope so. Those knees stay parallel as well. If you don't feel comfortable going to straight legs, you do not have to go to straight legs. We inhale to push. We exhale to pull out and in. Push and pull. Use those glutes and hamstrings for 2 and 1. Okay, roll our spines down. Now, I have my box to the right side of my reformer. Let's all start to the right side with the box, and we're gonna sit off to the right side. We're gonna take off. Well, you have the option. You can either keep this red yellow spring on, which is gonna be a little heavier for your glutes, or you can take off the yellow spring and just do one heavy. So you have the option to go one heavy, one light, or just to go one heavy spring. I'm gonna keep my light on for now, see how I feel. And you can always take it off if it's too heavy. Okay, so we're kneeling on our boxes, facing our foot bars. I'm gonna scoot closer to my carriage though when I'm here, so my legs are actually all the way to my carriage, but both hands are gonna be on the 2 front corners of the box. We're gonna need to pull our carriage out just a little bit with our left foot. So you're gonna need to bring your left foot onto the shoulder block, curl the toes, and then I'm gonna pull it out just a little bit. Now, again, if this is too heavy, take off the light spring. You're on one heavy, one light, or just one heavy spring. The shoulders and hips are ideally parallel to the floor. We're a little lopsided here, that's fine. We're gonna exhale, press the carriage out with our left leg, bend in, press out, bend in. I'm gonna take off that light spring. I'm just gonna go to one heavy. Exhale away, inhale back, press, and bend. I'm a little externally rotated with that left leg just because the carriage is a little further out than where we're set up on the box. That is fine. I want you to dig your heel into your shoulder block, squeeze your glutes. Abs, as always, are into our backs. Exhale to press, inhale back, push, resist, push, Resist, squeeze those glutes. Eyes should be looking down to the floor. They're not looking at your knees. They're looking just right down to the floor out in front of you. We're gonna go for 3, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna hold out. Ready? We're gonna go halfway in, all the way out, halfway in, all the way out. Again, I have a little external rotation of that left side just because we're a little lopsided. Halfway, all the way, halfway, all the way. Abs are in. Think lengthen through the crown of your head. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now once we come back in, pause in. I'm gonna let that carriage come all the way back in. So I do have to rotate my hips a little bit. We're changing to 1 medium spring. Take off the heavy. So 1 medium spring, which is 1 blue spring on my reformer. Then from here, we're gonna pull the carriage out again. I'm gonna push my left leg out 1 time. We're gonna hold. Squeeze your glutes, push into your palms, and then from this position, I'm gonna lift my right knee off of the box. I'm gonna take my right foot and go ahead and loop it over my left. We're gonna pike. I'm gonna tuck the pelvis, hike the hips to come in. Inhale out 8 times. Tuck, pike, and then right back out. Now again, we're slightly to the left side, so we're gonna feel our obliques working a little more here. Tuck, pike, press back out. 4 more. Scoop to lift, push, 2, and then last one. Now when we press out, we're gonna hold our carriages out. This time we bend the knees, we stretch the legs, and I'm gonna rotate my hips just a little bit to the left so I can get a little more into those obliques. So again, my hips are rotated slightly towards the carriage. Bend, stretch. 4, 3, feel those right obliques. 2, and 1. Okay, carefully come down. Let your carriages come all the way back in. We're gonna move into some arm work. So 1 light spring on your reformer. Take off the medium. We're gonna stay facing this direction to start. We're gonna start with bicep curls. So I'm gonna grab the strap that's closest to me in my left hand. Long loop is lighter, short loop is heavier. And we're actually gonna go ahead and stand up on the box. I'm gonna have my right foot forward when I step up and then my left foot back. Now again, long loop light, short loop heavy. We're gonna be in a flat back, but we're gonna hinge forward with this flat back. Abs are in. My left arm is behind me at my hip. The palm is rotated towards the foot bar. Bicep curls, I'm gonna exhale, curl. Inhale, extend, curl, extend. Finding that balance here. Again, keep your spine straight in a neutral. We're hinged slightly forward. The elbow stays right into our ribs the entire time. Exhale, press, or exhale, curl. Inhale, extend. Curl, extend. Let's go for 2 and 1. Okay. Once we extend, we can stand up nice and tall. Now I'm gonna step my right foot back to the center of the box, and then my left foot is gonna go down onto the floor. We're gonna do tricep extensions from here. So I'm gonna take my left hand overhead, grab the strap with your right hand, and then again, my right foot is right about center. We're gonna go ahead, hinge forward. Elbows should be right towards your temples. And then we're gonna do, again, tricep extension. Keep that little hinge forward. You exhale, you extend, you bend, you extend, you bend. Abs are in. Exhale and inhale. Extend and bend. Don't worry too much about your shoulders being in your ears for this one either. Nice extension and bend. And I can't get into a full extension here. That is fine if you can't. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Okay, carefully stand up. I'm gonna take that strap and I'm gonna hang it back up. Now, The box is gonna stay here for one more thing. We will keep the light spring on, but then if you would like to make these a little more challenging, you can take off the spring and do no springs. We're gonna kneel on our reformers with our hands on the box. And then once we kneel, I'm going to kneel somewhere around center of my reformer. And when I mean center, I mean like center in both directions. And then once we get here, hands are gonna, again, go onto the box when we kneel center. Legs are zipped together. My hands are about shoulder distance away, maybe a tiny bit wider than that. And then when we're kneeling, the knees should be right through the hands. On an inhale, I'm gonna press the carriage out. And when I press out, it's gonna be with my knees. I'm gonna let my hips rotate to the right. I'm gonna drop my left hip kind of down to the springs, and then I'm gonna bring the carriage back in. So we're gonna inhale, press out again, let your hip dip down to the springs, and then come back in. Now, I'm gonna take off the yellow spring because I want it a little more challenging. If you wanna make this harder, go no springs. Inhale, press, let that hip dip, and then you're using your left obliques to pull back in. Knees, again, should be right around center of your hands when you pull back. Inhale, press out, let those hips rotate. Exhale, back in. The shoulders are going to stay in the same spot the entire time. If your wrists are an issue, you can create a fist, and you can do this on your fists. That is up to you. Inhale out. Exhale, use your obliques to pull back in. Inhale to press, and exhale, pull that carriage back in. Let's go for 4, 3, keep those shoulders in the same spot. 2, and then last one, out and in. Okay, then once we come back in, we're going one heavy spring again. We're starting with your glutes. If you did one heavy, one light, feel free to do one heavy, one light. Otherwise, one heavy spring. Grab your box. It goes to the other side of your reformer, flat on the floor, right up against your foot bar, right up against your carriages. Again, I'm on one heavy. You can always go one heavy, one light. We're gonna kneel on our box facing the foot bars. Now, when we take our right foot on, we're gonna need to kind of shimmy ourselves, grab that shoulder block. The hips are slightly off kilter, so we're slightly to the left side just because the carriage is a little further out than we need it to be. We're gonna exhale, push out with our right leg, and in, out, and in. Again, I have a tiny external rotation of my right leg. So my knee is pointed slightly out to the side, but my toes are still down on the carriage. Exhale away, inhale back. I'm digging my heel into the shoulder block, squeezing my glute, core, shoulders are working to stabilize us here. Abs are into our back. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale, push, inhale back. Squeeze your glutes. We go out, in, for 3. I don't know why I thought I could do this heavier. 2, 1, hold, halfway pulses, halfway in, all the way out, halfway in, all the way out. Again, I'm drawing my abs in, halfway, all the way, halfway, all the way. Squeeze your booty, draw your abs in, lengthen through the crown of the head. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let those carriages come back in. Again, my hips kind of rotate. I'm gonna change to one medium spring. If you need to get off your wrist for a second and give them a little roll, you can give your wrist a quick little roll. Okay, back onto our hands. Knees to start. We're going back up into those pikes. So shoulders over the hands. We're gonna push our right leg out one time, hold, squeeze your back. You're gonna lift your left leg. It wraps behind your right. Pikes, let's tuck pike, press out, tuck pike, press out. Again, we're feeling our obliques working a little bit since we're a little off kilter here. 4 more. Exhale, and then inhale. Scoop into the abs to lift. For 2 and 1. Okay, hold. Ready? We bend the legs, we extend. I'm gonna rotate my hips just a little more to the right side to get into those left obliques. Bend, extend, bend, extend. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down carefully. Whew, okay, let those carriages come all the way back in. 1 yellow spring or 1 light, take off your medium. So 1 light spring, back into bicep curls. We're standing on the box first, and then we'll step off. Grab the strap right next to you into your right hand. Long loop is light, short loop is heavy. We're gonna go ahead, step the left foot towards the front of the box, right foot towards the back. Square your shoulders off towards the wall in front of you, hip square, neutral spine, a nice flat back. We're gonna hinge forward, hold, ready, bicep curls, curl, extend, curl, extend. The elbow stays into your ribs. Exhale to curl, inhale, extend. Keep that nice hinge forward. Abs are in, eyes are looking slightly forward. That neck should be in line with your spine. Curl, extend. Palm should be rotated towards the foot bars. 3 more. 2 and 1. Woo, okay. Step your left foot about halfway back, so it's halfway in the box. Step your right foot off. Take that arm, it's gonna go right overhead. We're gonna grab the strap with our left hand as well. Again, elbows like right by your temples. Hinge in that neutral spine. Ready, tricep extensions. You extend, you bend. You might not get to a full extension. That is fine. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. Abs in. Press. 4, 3, keep that little hinge forward. 2 and 1. Okay. Carefully bring those carriages in. Now we're gonna kneel on our reformers. We're gonna face our box. You have the option to make this a little more challenging and go to no springs. I'm honestly just gonna start with no springs right away. So you can keep the yellow or the light on or take it off. Hands wide, a little wider than shoulders. Legs are zipped together. They should be right through your hands. Ready? We're gonna inhale out, let the right hip down. We're engaging our obliques to pull back in. If the wrists are an issue, create a fist. Inhale out, let that hip dip. And then exhale back up. Again, my shoulders are gonna stay in the same spot the entire time. Inhale out, exhale as we pull back in. Out, let that hip dip. Use your obliques to pull back in. Let's go for 4 more. 3, 2, and then last one. Out and in. Okay, once we come back in, feel free to give your wrists a little bit of a roll. We are going to go to a middle red spring, or just 1 heavy spring on our reformers. We're gonna sit on our reformers facing the right side of the room. Your right shin is gonna go up against the shoulder blocks. Left leg is gonna be bent down in front of you. If this doesn't work for hips or knees, you can always have 1 foot or both feet on the floor. I'm gonna take my left hand onto the foot bar right around center. And then we're gonna go into some mermaids. So we're gonna press the carriage out and go up and over. Now, think when you're here, you're in between 2 panes of glass. You don't wanna smudge that glass. So we're not hinging or rounding forward. We're not arcing back. We're going up and over in between those 2 panes of glass. I like to think if there's a high jump bar at your left waistline or your ribs, you have to go up and over that high jump bar. Then we bring it back to the center. We take our right hand into our headrest, or you can grab onto your shoulder block, and then we have a counter stretch to the side. Bring it back to the center, to your foot bar, press out, up and over, side body stretch. Then we come center, we go to your headrest, your shoulder block, other side. Then we go back center to your foot bar. Now this time, we're gonna rotate your torso to the floor. The right hand catches, the left hand is gonna slide wide. We're gonna push into our left palm and pull with our right. So push with your left hand and pull with your right so you can get a big stretch in your right side body. Nice big stretch in those lats. Okay, then we're evenly weighted throughout the palms. We lift the chest, we bring the carriage in that extension. We rotate to the other side. We have the same thing on the other side. The left shin is up against the shoulder box. Again, if this doesn't work for you, you can go with your feet on the floor, one foot or both feet. We're gonna take your right hand onto the foot bar, press out, go up and over for that side body stretch. Then come back to the center, headrest or shoulder block, up and over. Then we come back to the center, to your foot bar, press out. Center, headrest, counter stretch. Okay, then we go back to your foot bar, we press out. We rotate the torso to the floor. The left hand catches, the right hand slides wide. We push into our right palm, we pull with our left. So push right, pull left to stretch out that left side. Okay, then we're evenly weighted throughout the palms. We're gonna lift the chest. We're gonna bring our carriages back in. We're gonna finish off with feet and straps. So I'm just gonna add on one more heavy spring with my existing heavy. If you want it heavier, you can always add on a light with those two heavies. I'm just gonna stick to 2 heavy springs today. Lie down, grab your long loops, they go onto your feet. When we get our straps onto our feet, your headrest can be up or down. That is up to you. Legs are going up just as high as we can hold our neutral spines. And then we're gonna start into our external rotation. So heels are together, toes are turned apart. I'm going to exhale and lower my legs down towards my springs, making sure that my bra line stays heavy. And then I'm gonna inhale, hinge to come back up. Exhaling as we lower the legs down, inhale, hinge. Again, bra lines stay heavy when we lower, and then sacrums need to stay heavy when we lift. So the butts do not lift off of the carriage. Keep your tailbones down. It's an exhale to pull down and an inhale to hinge back up. Drawing the abs in and up as we pull. Let's go for 2. And then last one, exhale, lower. And then inhale, hinge. Now we're gonna pull the legs back down and we're gonna pause. We're gonna open them out to the sides of the room. We're gonna stay in that same plane and draw the heels back together. Then we hinge at the hips, come back up. We're gonna do that again. We exhale to lower. We inhale to open. We exhale to close. We inhale to hinge. Exhale, lower. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, hinge. We want our adductors, inner thighs to fire. Now, the next time we lower the legs down, we're gonna add on one more open and close. So we're gonna do that 2 times. Inhale, open, exhale, close, one more, open and close, and we hinge, come back up. Then the next time we lower, we're gonna add on one more for 3. So now every time we lift the legs and we lower, we add on one more open and close. We're gonna make our way up to 6. So I'm on 4 next. Again, add on 1 every time you guys go down, make your way up to 6. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Adductors. Neutral spine the entire time. I'm just imagining that I'm sliding my heels across the shelf as I open and close. I'm on 6 for this next one. Inhale and exhale. Last one for me. And then once we come back up, we can pause. Bring your feet parallel with each other, neutral spines. We're going to lower the legs back down towards the springs. Open them out to the sides. We're gonna circle around and back up, holding our neutral spine. We go down, we circle around and back up for our leg circles. Exhale to lower. Inhale as we circle around and back up. Again, neutral spines the entire time. Let's go for 3. I like to make these big circles to open up my hips, stretch out my inner thighs. Last one. When we come up, we're gonna pause, reverse. Make sure that those bra lines are staying heavy. Three more. Feel those inner thighs again. 2 and 1. Okay, when we come back up, we're gonna pause. We can let the low backs go flat. We're gonna bend the knees, bring the bottoms of the feet together, let your knees open wide for that butterfly stretch. You can pull your straps towards you. You can push your knees away from you. Just give those inner thighs a nice stretch. You can take a couple deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, we're gonna take our straps off of our feet. We can hang them back up onto the pegs. When you hang your straps up, we're gonna sit off to the sides. We are all finished. I hope you enjoyed that workout. Thank you so much for joining me today.